Daily game design time. Getting an earlier start than usual today. Wow, sleep is a crazy thing. Anyway, um, I've been up since like 2 something, 2:30 maybe. I slept early, woke up early like that, and then just decided to stay awake. I'm sure I'll sleep for another hour or two at some point. But anyway, it's wild. So I've revisited this game. I started looking at it again yesterday. I'm thinking to call it, well, for now, like I just have winter sleep up, but I also like long winter's nap. That's like that fits the cozy category perfectly, doesn't it? Well, so I've got this set of ideas from Francisco, and so I'm going to look more closely at those. Where did they go? 10 Bridesmaids. I think I might as well just officially rename this here to probably Long Winter's Nap. It's very cute. And Gemini's been just so powerful in this little process. Rename the game to Long Winter's Nap. Can you make a box cover image showing the game title? A scene of the jumping mice preparing for winter. No. A jumping mouse sleeping peacefully. Yeah. Love it. In its hole during the winter. Scott Cable is the designer, the game designer. Let's see what it does. So I asked it to create these card frames, and I actually I mean, it went through a bunch of iterations, like different, like this. Like, look at that. It's like very wild. I like that. I mean, it's a cool style, but it just didn't work as a card frame, so you can say what game by. Wait, why am I kind of blanking on what a typical cover would say? Man, I'm kind of late to like figuring out this room situation. I had a couple strong leads, and then all of a sudden, I just got busy, then got a little bit overwhelmed with the process, and now I might be just paying for the hotel room next week by myself. Designed by. Okay. A game by. I think I like game by the best. Say game by Scott Cable instead. I mean, it is cute. That's very cute. Long Winter's Nap. I mean, come on. Oh, it's like this is so frustrating that it's so good. I mean, sure, a pro would probably tweak some stuff. I don't know, the font or something like that, but like just for the sake of a prototype, this is incredible. Okay, so what I have are the cards, and these cards show um, a first place and second place bid reward. That's what's on these cards. And also there is potentially some like effect or special ability that claiming this card would earn you. Oh, there was a cool thing, another Google Gemini thing. Unfortunately, I deleted the chat that I used to create the thing I'm about to show you. But an acquaintance on BGDL, Board Game Design Lab, asked about sand timers and potentially making an app for players to use so that they can control their sand timers. The thing is, there are like 16 timers in the game, and he feels like it would be too expensive. Oh no. I deleted it, and so it is gone. I doubt there's like a way to... There must be like a trash. What? Google AI Ultra? Jeez. Looks like since I deleting activity... No. It looks like I cannot recover. That's too bad because... Well, I can just ask it to do it again. I was going to show you that I have this, or I prompted Gemini to create a little web app for this guy who's building this game around sand timers, and players use up to like I think 6 sand timers at a time. Actually, I'll just do it again right now. You know why? Because I actually posted the prompts. Let me go there right now. Yeah, so he described the situation, and then I thought, oh yeah, for sure Gemini is all over that because that's not that complicated. So we'll see what it does. So I'm in canvas mode right here, and then it writes this code. We'll see if it, I wonder if it's going to take me through the same process it did before, because as you saw, I prompted it 3 times. Actually, it was 4 times because there was an error in the second one. So I just said, hey, there's an error. It's not working right, and fixed it. Oh, what is going on here? Oh, wow. This is actually nicer, I think, than the original. Wow. Oh, that's weird. This looks pretty good. I'd like to... Is it counting down? Be able to reset the timer so that it keeps counting down like a sand timer. Don't pause when I reset the timer. When I reset an individual timer. However, add a button that lets me reset and pause all timers. Let's try this. I'm hoping that my cards for Sugar Shack are printed or available today. I'd be excited to show what I get tomorrow. It's nice. So I had meetings until, well, from Monday through yesterday. Yesterday, I think I had 10 meetings with students. One or two students, yeah, let me try. Okay, so start 10 seconds. Very good, very good, very good. It would be nice. This is great. I'd rather be able to click the timer itself than a button that says reset. Let's see if that changes anything. Anyway, I'm just so amazed at the efficient use here, because he was calling for help. He was asking, like, is there anybody who can help build this app? So he's like literally asking for a pro to build the app, and then, you know, because he's thinking about how expensive it would be to actually build this game, and for a designer or for a publisher to print this game, it'd be very expensive because he needs 16 timers, and it's funny, also a little bit sad. He felt the need to put this. Pretty please, no suggestions like could you reduce the number of sand timers, and pretty please, no, I hate app assisted games. Like, it is interesting how people kind of jump in and just assume it's something that you could change or fix when he's obviously committed to his design. Anyway, let's see how far it got here. Click hourglass to restart countdown. Nice. Oh. I also want to be able to start all of the timers with a button. All the timers at the same time. Long Winter's Nap, here it is. Okay, so I have this set of ideas from Francisco. Okay, right now the structure of the game is that you play through several rounds of bidding because you're bidding on these cards. These are the cards. They show a reward for winning the bid, at least in this case for the first and second highest bids. And then there's a little bit of, flavor from Gemini. Just asked it to create something here with this frame, and I had it make these like watercolor style foods that these jumping mice would be interested in. Okay, so it has first, second, and third. This one has first, second, and third. And these just incrementally increase. Wonder why it's this 6 in particular that looks funny. Because the 5 is okay, right? It's not perfect, but it's not the 6. The 6 is, for some reason, feels very different. Okay, and then I've got these cards. Winter arrives, spring arrives. Here's the winter deck. Don't need these anymore. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like, well, okay, so the structure of the game is to play through these rounds of bidding, and you're moving through this deck, very small deck of cards, probably 10 to 12 cards. 10 cards, 10 out of 12. So there are a couple that are just not in the game. And in the bottom quarter or bottom third of the deck, there is the Winter Arrives card. At that point, bidding stops and the game changes and moves over to this winter phase. So there's the autumn phase and the winter phase. The winter phase just has you flipping cards from a deck of currently 7 cards that show either like a winter card where nothing happens or a spring arrives card. And then players are losing energy or losing the stuff that they bid with. There's still the currency that they use to bid on victory points, essentially. They start losing that stuff, and if they ever run out of that stuff before spring arrives, then they cannot participate in final scoring. So that's the idea. Do you want to burn all of your cubes? Do you want to burn that currency on getting victory points and push your luck in that way because you don't know when spring is going to arrive? Or do you want to reserve some of that currency and sacrifice, having a lot of VP because you're a little bit nervous that spring is going to arrive late? Well, it's tough because 1 in 7 is kind of that's a big range. So anyway, thinking about adding some special abilities. In fact, like here's, the ability to look at a card in the row. Or maybe there's some other abilities that could be interesting too. Anyway, then, Francisco and I were talking this through yesterday, and he shared some ideas here that I'm going to look over more closely. And I assume when he says bidding cards, I assume that means the cards that you're bidding on. So winter starts. Okay, right? Because there's the autumn phase and then the winter phase. So winter starts. The 9 bidding cards are reshuffled without the market, or market swapped with a secret stash card. See last bullet point. Okay. Bidding cards equal to the number of players minus 1 forms the new bidding pile. So you take the cards, yeah, because nobody earns these cards. They just earn the victory points off of them. So you take the pile of cards that that were part of the auction, shuffle them, and then make a new pile. It looks like a new stack of number of players -1. Okay. Players use any remaining energy to bid on cards like in autumn, but reduce food in winter means bidding for the two lower numbers or lowest if only one number. Okay. Once last card is bid on, winter's over and scoring starts. Okay, secret stash cards. Before the new bidding pile is formed, second bullet point above, set one of the bidding cards from the shuffled 9 face down to the side, and this is the value of the stash. Shuffle in the secret stash card on the flip side of the market card, maybe, or its own card into the new player -1 sized bidding pile. And when it comes up, everyone can bid on the secret stash, and whoever wins gets the highest number, even though it's winter, and no other bidder gets anything. Okay, so that's a little spice right there. That's a little something different. You can bid on the mystery card. Oh, that's an idea. Okay. And that could happen like that could be part of the regular flow of the game already. It seems like just a nice, interesting idea to add a little more uncertainty. There's a fair amount of uncertainty already. This is kind of interesting. Okay, so what if the idea here is what if you have this bidding phase, you auction all these cards, and then you just auction them again, but fewer cards. I don't remember what the reasoning was here. Is it because what was it because of the thematic incongruity? Was that the issue? That's what I'm not sure about. Oh, these fruit flies just came back. There's like 4 of them around my light. How though? I feel like they must be coming from the plant. I'm not too sure though. Okay, well, I actually I was thinking that 7 is probably too broad of a range for the wrap up for the resolution. So it might just be better. Let's see, how did this do? Start all timers. Oh, oh, oh. Acknowledge and reset all. Nice. Yeah, well, thanks for these ideas, Francisco. I'm trying to process them right now. Because I think the intuition to have a game that continues feeling similar makes sense to me. I don't really, it's not fresh in my mind like what the issue was we were like kind of thinking through, or like what's the problem that needs solving. Partly, I'm thinking I should probably reduce that number of cards that's in the winter deck. At the same time, if let's say there's only 3 cards in it, then and then the you know the Spring Arrives card, let's say it's the same model I was using before. If the Spring Arrives card shows up the very last, the third card, that's not that different from showing up in the first card. But it feels like showing up on the 7th card versus the first card might be too big of a gap there. So instead, I'm thinking maybe 5 cards. So it's kind of like winter could last for 1 month up to 5 months. Maybe 4 months, because winter is often something like, well, it could be November, and I'm not talking like technically, like not the season exactly, but actually, well, maybe it should be like a 4-month season. So 4 cards. But I feel like then the energy cubes or whatever they end up being, that currency would need to be, I think, tighter, because you want people to spend a lot so that they have potentially fewer than 4 cubes. You need players to be motivated to spend cubes such that they might have fewer than 4 left, which to me means you'd really have to tighten up the game. Okay, the problem was that why are you thematically spending energy during the winter to survive all winter when that's why you stored up fat? Didn't make sense to me, at least. Okay. Right. Yeah. I wonder if there's a way to do it. Yeah, I'm not sure how to explain it thematically either, honestly, as you can see. But it seems like so you're doing something to gain fat. That's what the mice are doing. So they're getting fat. And they're not, well, we could just drain the fat instead. But then there's no tension. Then you just do want to spend, you would just want to spend all of your cubes at the right time, so that you're not left with like a bunch of cubes. Maybe that's fine. But that, to me, that means that the winter needs to be longer, because now if the main thing is victory points and everybody's victory points are getting lower, then okay. All right. See you soon, Francisco. Here, I'm gonna move these cards into. Do I need this market? Hmm. I'm not sure what this would become, because what this does is it lets players trade back the VP they got for the. I don't know. I'll leave it in. VP for energy. I started watching Death by Lightning. Was it 2 days ago? It's a 4 episode miniseries on the presidency of James Garfield in the 1880s, I think. And then his assassination, so spoilers there. I don't really know much about that period. I remember listening to a book about Grant, and he was kind of a hero because of his Reconstruction policies. But this is like he doesn't get nominated. James Garfield gets nominated for whatever cycle this was, and anyway, it's a fascinating time period. So 4 episodes isn't a lot, but it's cool just having it in the background playing. What is this? I think I kept I think I kept the well, I can do all three, that's fine. His assassin is an interesting, yeah, very interesting guy. I think they're doing a nice job, like representing him and his motivations and how complex and strange he was. Just a guy down and out trying to figure things out. Gets kind of activated by James Garfield's. It's funny because I keep thinking Richard Garfield, the Magic the Gathering and King of Tokyo designer. I keep thinking Richard Garfield. It is James Garfield. And anyway, it's just kind of a interesting view on somebody's apparently James Garfield had a progressive platform. This guy, you know, had a background of poverty, and he was just excited about the potential of doing a little better for himself and whatever. So anyway, I'm like 3 episodes in, or I'm just starting the last one. But it's kind of a descent into madness kind of a thing. Like the guy develops frustrations over time and gets rejected by. He tries to like join the team pretty much, and then ends up getting rejected over and over, and we'll see what happens. Okay, I don't know if I need anything else here. Maybe I'll add this frame. Looks like Acrofest is this weekend. I don't remember. Is it at Southern? It might be at Southern. Ooh, wait a second. Don't want to be moving that. Yeah, I really miss being active. I definitely want to find a way to wait 1-1, 2-1, or 1-2. It shouldn't be 2-1, 1-2, and 1-1. That's the one I'm missing. Yeah, I'd really like to figure out this like shoulder stuff, but then I don't really display the motivation necessary to like do exercises or even like go and figure out like go get diagnosed. I kind of, yeah, I let other things seem more urgent when I really should just take care of my body. Okay, I think that's everything. Wait a second. Fork? What? 1, 2, and 3. 1-1, 2-1, 1-2. Okay, and then I have all these cards with the food items on them. I have this strange looking eye, but it's part of the situation. There's a weird thing where sometimes Canva just like makes certain items, certain things just disappear, and I'm not really sure why. Just a little glitch. Of course, the market doesn't really make sense. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense in this context. But that's okay, so I'll share it. It really is interesting. I haven't looked at this game for a long time. But for a while, I really thought it had potential, and I still think it does. I mean, as a really nice, tense little filler game, I think it could be really cool. But who's making such small stuff right now? I could find somebody. I am going to be stressing my laptop for sure. And look, I already see the lag. Yikes. What's great is my connection really is way better. I mean my data connection on this new phone. Where is it? 10 Bridesmaids. Here's an autosave, but I don't know where the actual file is. Okay, so I'm gonna just update all these cards. Oh. Let me see if it wants, if I have a deck, a TTS. Let's see, 10 brides. Maids. What did I? Was it 10? I did. Okay. I'm going to turn this fan up, so apologize if that becomes a problem. Oh, these are the card backs. Probably doesn't matter, right? But yikes. Come on, hold it together. You can do it. Let's see how bad it is. Whoa! 95%. Whoa, Vivaldi. Relax. What in the world? Close a bunch of stuff here. Because I don't need... I do want to keep... Does that help at all? Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, Vivaldi's meant to be like a... Of course, I need the 3 tabs open. Whoa. Just close Discord for now. Yikes. Well, looks like I'm surviving here for now. What? Wow. I guess I am closing TTS for now. I guess I need to make I'll make a card back. Please. A card back. A rough edge. An image with a rough edge that on a white background. Center on the back of the card. Let's try that. Nice. So, Francisco, I'm trying to update the TTS mod right now. Very cute. What is this about? Why is that on there? Winter and leaf. Huh? Yeah, hang on one second. I'm just gonna make a quick card back. It's interesting. I don't know why. Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter why it makes a square image. It doesn't matter at all. It's fine. Okay, so I'm just gonna drop these cards in. Where did that go? So I think these are all card faces. They should be. Yeah, and there's 15, so that's perfect. Now let's save this, export it. Okay, now I think I can open this up. Without way too much stress. There is some stress here on the old laptop. It's holding it together at the moment. It's not doing a great job though. Oh wait, the winter deck is supposed to have a different card back, but that's no. It's not worth it right now. I think there's 15 cards. Is that what it was? 15 cards. Okay, so here's the winter deck. This is technically supposed to be the card back, but I'll just get rid of it for now. And then winter arrives, the market cards. I usually leave in the 1-to-1 and take out the 1-to-2. I leave in the 1-to-1 and the 2-to-1 and take out the 1-to-2. And then here are the food cards. There's supposed to be 2 of these and then 3 of these. How many? So 9. Yeah, I think so. If this is the full deck, that's 12 cards. And then something like this. Actually, wait a second. So the way the setup works is that these would get shuffled. And then, so if winter arrives is in the bottom third of the deck, it would be like this. Right? And then these get shuffled. And then these would just get dropped on top. And so that's the deck. And then for right now, let's say there are, oops, wait. Can try 6 again, 7 cards I mean, in the winter deck. Just change the size. Because I don't think I can customize. Oh, maybe I can. Oh, I guess I can. I didn't want this deck to be affected. I only wanted this deck to be affected. So that's good. That worked. So this would just be up here somewhere. This gets shuffled. And then, oh yeah, yep. No, I think I realized what I need to do here. Because this is still good. I still need 15 cards. So it needs to show all of the cards, and then, okay, cool. Now I can delete these and this one. So this is the original setup of the game. So you play through. Everybody starts with, I think if I go to, so everybody starts with their. They're supposed to be they're supposed to be like each player can have a screen, or they would be covering their cubes. Yeah, if you have time, we could play. That would be cool. I won't spend a lot of time on this, partly because I'm getting really hungry and I'm getting pretty tired. So it might be something to save for another day. Yeah, I wouldn't spend very much time at the moment playing through. Well, okay, so I can just kind of step through the game a little bit here. So this flips up. You know, people start bidding. And then let's do 4. Right? This guy wins. Takes 4. 4 VP, this guy takes 2. Right? So the game continues like that. But yeah, let me go back really quick and look at your thoughts there. Actually, let me just reset this. I don't know where is it? Is it older designs? Yeah. Overwrite. And then I wonder if I can rename it. Long Winter's Nap. Nice. Yeah, so I'm right around the hour mark here. I'm not sure why this is not loading. Oh, shuffle market 1 to 2 in the top 5. Oh, I didn't remember that I had this detailed of a setup. So... one to two, maybe 1 to 1. So in the top 5, I think that's everything then. So we'll flip this. So we'll do 1, 4, and then shuffle these. This is the top 5. Then the bottom. Wait, what? Only 9 cards? That feels a little bit wild. This also feels like a lot of setup for a little card game like this. So top 5, bottom 4. Now this joins the... Okay, okay. Let me see if I'm understanding my own instructions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, there's the top 5. Now the bottom 4. So this would be these 3 plus this one. All right, okay. Now the bottom 3. Wait. This is the bottom 3. Okay, that felt like a lot. Let me overwrite that.